Welcome back, viewers. This is the Treasures of Life show, and my name is Jonas Simba. I'm talking about building resilience. In the first half, I've just spoken about the power of connection, connecting to yourself. It is important for you to connect with yourself. For you to be resilient, it is important for you to remember you, because you're going far. Remember, I say don't take yourself for granted. In this section, let me encourage you, just in case you want to catch this show later, just tap Treasures of Life show. Don't forget the word show, and you'll be able to remind yourself of the nuggets that we've shared here. But let me, in this section, just point it out to you that even as you connect to yourself, there is important for you not to be careless. Yes, many of us are careless. Our resilience is taken away just by our own carelessness. You have you. You imagine everything will be okay, everything will be that way. I heard somebody in some corner of this country, Kenya, saying, Vindu vichenjanga. Never take anything for granted. Things change. Vindu vichenjanga sounded to me like things change. So you should be prepared for the worst, even as you're hoping for the best. Yeah, resilience demands that you prepare for the worst. What is the worst case scenario? Where you're headed to? In terms of the relationships you're having, it is sad that in times of broken relationships, you should land into poverty, depression. Yes, you should land into lack of joy in life. You should be able to move on despite the worst case scenarios that you can imagine about. I know I'm sending chills down your spine as I'm telling you sometimes you need to prepare for the worst. Things go wrong, but however much they go wrong, tough times never last, but tough people do. You should create some muscle on the inside to stand tough times of life. What happens when your business goes on fire? One time you wake up and your shop has been broken into. What happens when there is something so bad? God forbid a death happens. God forbid a loss of a relationship that you cherished so much. God forbid. What happens when your potential to exercise, your space to exercise your opportunity for life is curtailed? What happens? Vindu vichenjanga. Things change. So you should be able to build some muscle on the inside. Building resilience demands that you start by addressing your mindset. If it goes worse, what will I do? Yes? What will I do when the foundations are shaken so badly? Things that I've held on to so badly, so much, are shaken. You should be able to go back to the drawing board and draw again. That is the nature of leadership. That is the nature of God. God is a solution provider. Leaders are solution providers. In any setting, you should be able to rise again. Yes. Wherever you are put in, you should be able to shine, because your nature is the nature of a leader. You lead a family, you're leading somebody. You should be able to rise again, to dream again, to visualize again, to start a family again. You should be able to start a company again. Nothing should bring you down. Resilience demands that you start preparing. In times when there is rain, make hay. This is the time for you to start storing for the bad times ahead. This is the time for you to create a culture of saving, just in case, God forbid, you should be able to have some savings, even if it's saving very little today. You should store in your emotions, just in case your spouse breaks your heart so badly, or something goes wrong somewhere. This is the time for you to start investing in insurance, even for your health, because sickness happens. Did you know that sickness happens? Yeah. Challenges on bodies and your physique happens. Today, you're a beautiful girl, a beautiful lady, or you're a six-pack man, but age happens. There is a time when your body, your muscles, grow old and your muscles are challenged. There is a time when fatigue creeps in. You will not be young forever. Today you're a Gen Z. Tomorrow you will be, amongst the old. We pray for long life on you. So this is the time for you to start saving. Building resilience demands that you prepare for the worst. Are you building up for insurance? Yes. Are you building up for your old life? Are you starting to prepare for the days that are coming? Are you storing hay? Are you preparing your mind just in case things go wrong, even financially? What will happen? Spiritually, you need to build resilience. Yes, you need to start storing things so that you don't get into spiritual abuse. People get challenged spiritually. Did you know that you can encounter superstitions that challenge you? Yeah, you can encounter weird things like witchcraft and wizardry. What do you do when you encounter such things? You don't need to be moved out of your mind. Start building resilience. Going to place of prayer and hopefulness. Yeah, that is what we are calling for. Not losing your mind in times of shaking. Yes? What happens when your business goes on fire? These are the things we are talking about. Start creating a culture of not being taken away, because you need you, body, soul, and spirit. Body, soul, and spirit. There are wealthy people that even when you burn them down completely, their businesses and everything they have, they will still build themselves back to wealth. Did you know that it's all in the mind? Yet there are people that even if you put millions of dollars in their hands, they will still come back to poverty. That is a reality. Let me say that again. There are people that even if you burnt down their millions today, they will still come back to the place of wealth. But there are people who, if you put millions of dollars in their hands today, they will still come back to poverty. Where is the secret? It is in the mind. It is in the mind. What do you feed your mind with? What is your mindset? Yes, building resilience demands that you start feeding yourself. Feed your mind, your intellect, your will. I will forever make it. I'm here for a purpose. I will forever grow. I'm meant to change people's lives. I'm meant to transform people's lives. You will always come up with dreams and visions that change your life and the lives of others. That is what resilience demands. The moment you have something to live for, you will always be wealthy. That is a nugget for you to write down. The moment you have something to live for, you will forever be wealthy. Purpose creates joy. Men and women of purpose will always be joyous, whether they are left by their loved ones, broken-hearted by their loved ones, whether their businesses are sabotaged or burned down. The fact that they have a purpose, you never touched on the brook of their wealth. The brook of their wealth is the purpose brook. Yeah. Building resilience demands that you start looking for your purpose. None of us is useless. In your purpose lies your wealth. In your purpose lies your wealth. You are not useless. You know, a live dog is better than a dead lion. Remember this. You don't need eyes. I don't have eyes. But what you need are the inner eyes. You don't need these physical eyes. You don't need these physical, much as they are important, they may go. Physical ears may go. But the inner ears will always give you discernment. Some joy that even people with physical ears and physical eyes don't have. Do you know that there are people with eyes and they never see? Did you know that there are people with feet and they don't walk, they don't travel? But you travel by walking the world, reading, connecting, networking will encourage you to walk the world and to see the world in perspectives of the wise. Folly in itself is dangerous. Lack of knowing the world, lack of exposure, lack of accessing information, lack of accessing what is happening around you is dangerous. That is why every morning I go into opening my inner world. Open your inner world. You can open your inner world by reading, listening to documentaries, listening to people's stories. You don't need to get into an airplane to start moving far. Building resilience for your growth demands that you see people that have made it. There is somebody very far from you who has overcome what you're trying to overcome. What is it that is shaking you so much today? Everything has a solution. Everything under the sun has an answer. So don't think that your trouble cannot be solved. There are people that are overcoming chronic illnesses. Did you know that? There are champions of very serious places. There are people living in countries of turmoil where there is no peace. Yet they are managing to create peace for themselves because real peace stems from you, on the inside of you. Let me go for a break. I'm talking about building resilience. Building resilience. Don't be careless about yourself. Take some care. Life is fragile. Handle with care. See you after the break.